It's Monday and this is the introduction of What the F at $, and you know the drill. We go over the box office, where the devil got her due, wrestling report, where the weekend was anything but relaxing or filled with rainbows, unicorns, or pancakes, the news that matters, and the dumbass of the day. And those who went to the movies. No, a certain studio turned on their fan base for a cheap movie with zero payoff, so 5 4 3 2 1.
It's Monday, let's go over the box office. The Devil Wears Prada 2 dominated the May 1-3, 2026 weekend, opening with an estimated $77 million domestically and a $233.06 million worldwide total. The sequel outperformed expectations, marking the fourth highest opening weekend of the year. Michael followed in second with a strong second weekend, while the Super Mario Galaxy movie continued to hold in the top three. Weekend box office estimates: May 1-3, 2026 The Devil Wears Prada 2, $77 million. Michael, $54 million. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, $12.01 million. Project Hail Mary, $8.55 million. Hock'em, estimated to have joined the top 5, with roughly $2.06 million on Friday. Key takeaways: The Devil Wears Prada 2 had a massive opening, far exceeding the original 2006 film's debut. The problem is the movie wasn't good, and further the problems of the laziness of studios, where 2026 will be dominant by sequels, prequels, reboots, etc. The characters actually retrograded, and no one is addressing the racial slurs for a certain character. I guess critics and audiences are just overlooking this. Now to the wrestling report and news. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Monday, let's review what went on Friday SmackDown. It starts with Cody Rhodes addressing the audience and telling everyone that he has been cleared after the brutal bunt kick from Randy Orton. Debuting Ricky Starks interrupts and introduced himself to Cody and the WWE Universe. Later on, we will have Cody Rhodes vs Ricky Starks. 1. Jessie Jane vs Charlotte Flair. Fridays are officially Fatal and Jessie Jane is ready to make noise. The match was fun and Fatal Influence got involved in an interesting way where they caught the Queen off guard. Winner, Jessie Jane. Fatal Influence attacked where Rhea Ripley makes the save. 2. WWE World Tag Title match. Wrap up: Damian Priest and R-Truth vs Fraction, Nothing Fraser and Action. A fun match, wrong decision. Winner, Wepa returns. MFT, Solo and Salatonga attack everyone. 3. Cody Rhodes vs Ricky Starks. A well-placed match with great chemistry. Cody fought his way to victory where his counter of everything helps. Winner, Cody Rhodes. Following, Gunther attacks and wants gold. 4. Royce Keys vs Angel Gaza. Royce continued his dominant ways. Winner, Royce Keys. 5. WWE Women's Tag Match. Paige and Brie Bella, T vs Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend. In a very bad match. Why did WWE resign Paige? She looks lost and she was terrible in AEW and continues to stink up the place. Winner, Paige and Brie return. 5. Usos vs MFT, Solo and Salah. Too much chaos. Jacob Fatu attacks and continues showing he wants it all. Triple A results. 1. Cruiserweight Champion Qualifier. Rey Fenix vs Laredo Kid, C. A fast-paced masterpiece. Rey Fenix wins and shows respect as fans throw coins, praising the match, well deserved. Winner, Rey Fenix. 2. Mini Vikingo vs Vikingo. Wow, match of the year candidate. Mini Vikingo flew in the air and did a suicido into a crucifix suplex that needs a name. Any suggestions? Winner, Mini Vikingo. Dr. Wagner and Galeno help even things up. Contract signing. Mask vs Mask. Original El Grand Americano and Real El Grand Americano. Original plays mind games where he added stipulations where his girlfriend cannot be in the building and removed until the match. After the signing, Creed Brothers attacked the Real El Grand Americano. Other news over the weekend. New Day is no more in WWE. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are on the alumni section. Both being released is an utter shame. Also, Jesse Mateo and Tonga Loa also have been moved to the alumni section. In other news, NJPW Global Championship goes to AEW El Idolo 100. Now to wrestling news.
Now for all the news that happens in the square circle. To those who love New Japan Pro Wrestling, this morning, Night 2 at Dontaku, we saw new open-weight six-man champs where Will Ospreay reunited with the United Empire along with Great Khan and Henare. Plus we saw AEW's Konosuke take Shai to retain the television championship. If you like more New Japan content, send us a message and we will give you everything from the land of the rising sun. Now to the Raw preview. We have the Raw contract signing of Sol Rucker. A big tag team match where Intercontinental Champion Penta teams with Jevon Evans vs Rusev and All Ego Ethan Page. Another grudge match pairing former stablemates against each other. Finn Balor vs JD McDonough. A sit-down meeting between Asuka and Io, and as wrestling fans we know how this will turn out and we are all in for it. The Obafemi Open Challenge, so it will be see how this turns out. Who will sign their death certificate? And we'll end with the face-to-face between world champion OTC Roman Reigns and the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. So it's an action-packed Raw tonight. It seems like John Cena can't keep away from the wrestling scene where it is reported he'll be making an appearance at Backlash this Saturday. In AEW news, there seems a tense atmosphere dealing with future television deal with Warner Brothers where conflict on whether they are in danger of losing their spots on TNT and TBS. Where pundits are adding their 2 cents where John McMullen suggests if a deal is not done, AEW is preparing for a move to YouTube to make matters worse. Nick Lopiccolo doubles down claiming AEW was denied option to renew TV deal. In wrestling drama helps keeps eyes on the prize, so we'll see how this plays out. As mentioned in the Wrestling Report, we have released The New Day. This is creating a lot of buzz. Has TKO become so cold that they are not respecting talent? What's next for The New Day? AEW bound or TNA bound? Both would benefit. AEW, the fact Xavier and Kenny Omega are video game fanatics, could build story just on that aspect. The tag division gets an added team that will put asses in seats and create a positive buzz. TNA, the tag division is thin and this could be the shot in the arm they needed but it comes at a price, age and injury. TNA needs to move into a new direction where they actually create talent and not just rely on signing already established stars. This has been one of the knocks at TNA, so doing this wouldn't help in the long run. As fans, we will sit and find out. Until tomorrow, keep wrestling with the demons in your head while liking and subscribing content from WTF. So on with the news that matters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To the only news that matters where no one is getting paid off but still no viewers. So to the unbiased news. Saturday there was a historic night at the Kentucky Derby when Golden Tempo won the 152nd running of the horses. It's historic because it's the first horse to have won with a female trainer, Cherie DeVoe. Also in another race that occurred at Churchill Downs had a name close to the hearts of a section of our show. Hulkmania, where he was impressive enough to be compete at the Tampa Bay Derby, so there was that. Trump's Project Freedom is being implemented to help stranded ships at the Straits of Hormuz, another humanitarian effort. Rudy Giuliani is in stable condition after being rushed due to complications of a pneumonia, still in critical condition but stabilized from his initial condition. Police search for suspects in Oklahoma, where a shooting sent 18 people to the hospital. During a party near a campground at Arcadia Lake. Any leads would be helpful, no motivation or reason for this senseless shooting. In New York, migrant Ronnie Yahir Alvarenga Rivera is suspected of killing roommate and Wendy's co-worker. Sadly this happened on Thursday, April 30, 2026, but reports didn't come out until Sunday morning. Wonder if it's because of the person killing others or if stabbings don't get as much interest from the media. In Germany, 2 killed after a car drives into a crowd in Leipzig. Notice how more and more cars have been used as weapons but no calling for banning cars, weird how this works, huh? Identified as a German citizen but no name is being released, interesting how things work, huh? Well, to some good news. Well, it's May 4th, so may the force be with you. As some may have gone bitter with the onslaught of Disney putting out Star Wars material, remember when times were more simple where fans got excited seeing Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Star Wars offered something new and exciting. The original trilogy still inspires and provides fans a great escape. Before studios tried milking audiences or directors not making movies for fans. We had a movie that put fans in awe. So celebrate as you wish and remember George Lucas wanted to create something special where nothing political or rants. So may the 4th be with you, and hopefully we can return to enjoying the special feeling of Star Wars and not weekly release of new television show that change the mythos completely. Now to the best part of the show. Dumbass of the day, where a beloved studio took a major mistake. Angel Studios, which is sad. Hopefully this is an eye-opener or the major investors take their dollars away. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dumbass of the day. Angel Studio decision to distribute Andy Serkis' 2026 animated adaptation of Animal Farm has been controversial, primarily because the film's tone, characterized by some critics as wacky comedy and vulgar, stands in stark contrast to the studio's usual, family-friendly, and faith-focused reputation. From the beginning rap to the flatulence jokes. 1. The Angel Guild voted to support it. Angel Studios does not select films using traditional top-down executive decisions. They use the Angel Guild, a community of paying members who vote on which projects to distribute. According to Angel, the Guild viewed the film and voted heavily to support it, believing it aligns with their mission to amplify light. The Guild viewed the film not merely as a children's story, but as a satirical allegory that fits their mission, despite backlash from some audience segments. The Guild stabbed the back of the studios, but audiences couldn't care less and will blame the studio. The streaming service and whatnot will take a lot of flack. 2. Alignment with anti-authoritarianism. Despite the tonal shifts noted in reviews, such as added toilet humor and a happy ending, Angel Studios maintains that the core of this adaptation is true to George Orwell's original warning against power, corruption, and dictatorship. Angel defines the film as an anti-communism film that critiques the dangers of totalitarianism, which they argue aligns with their values. George Orwell's anti-communism stance is changed into anti-capitalist, which goes against Angel Studios. Communism crushes religious ideology, which pins against Angel Studios. They believe the story highlights how a movement for equality is corrupted when truth is erased and dissent is crushed. 3. Focus on values-centric, rather than strictly faith-based. While Angel is known for faith-based content, The Chosen, Sound of Freedom, they have been expanding into broader, values-driven content that tackles societal issues. What makes this very confusing is most of the cast are atheist. Brian Cox, call Christians idiots. What was Angel Studios thinking? Seth Rogen calls all religions a waste and makes people idiots. Again, Angel Studios' bread and butter was neglected. Christians have an opinion on sex-oriented individuals where they frown upon anything rocking the boat, so Laverne Cox having a role again goes against Angel Studios. Angel stated that updates were made to make it relevant to a broad-based, values-centric, family-friendly audience. They aim to provoke thought on democracy, freedom, and integrity, rather than simply producing Sunday school material. Democracy is often bastardized, and the fact many misunderstand the concept. 4. Distributor, not producer. Angel Studios emphasized that they acquired the U.S. distribution rights to the finished film, meaning they did not have creative control over the artistic choices made by director Andy Serkis or the animation studio. No creativity, but audiences will play who to blame. Well, Angel Studios will get the lion's share, and deservingly so. The results are the proof in the pudding. It bombed in the theater and will definitely affect the stocks of the distribution studio. So, having been a fan of all the great movies Angel has put out, which makes this a big head-scratcher. Let's be honest, anything with Seth Rogen is garbage, and that was enough to say no. It will be sad if the studio goes on a downward spiral for one stupid move. Hopefully this is an eye-opener, but if not, the best way to have your voice heard is by stop giving them money. In summary, Angel Studios argues the movie aligns with their principles, while many in their audience and critics argue it violates them. The decision highlights a reliance on community voting, the Guild, over traditional studio content control. 1, 2.